Good morning. We're on the record. Today's date is December 18th, 2023. The time is 11:32 a.m. My name is Albert Myman, videographer, here with Connie Rickob, your court reporter. There's a video recorded Zoom remote deposition of Sheriff Darrell Wheeler in the matter of James Leighty versus Sheriff Darrell Wheeler et al., filed in the United States District Court, District of Idaho, case number 2:23-CV-00063-DCN. This deposition is noticed by counsel for plaintiff. Will counsel please identify yourselves, after which the witness will be sworn in and we will proceed.
This is Joe Schaefer for plaintiff Jim Leighty. I'm here. I believe my associate Mika Rothman is observing as well.
Yep, thank you.
Heather Yakeley is here on behalf of all defendants.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Great. Hi, Sheriff Wheeler. My name is Joe Schaefer. I'm presently in Seattle. I represent Jim Leighty. Could you please go ahead and spell your first and last, or state your first and last name and spell your last for the record?
First name is Darrell. Last name is Wheeler. Wheeler.
Great. And Sheriff, have you had your deposition taken before?
Yes, I have.
How many times?
Oh, 3 or 4 times.
I'll get back to that in just a minute. But as a reminder, we have a few ground rules just to make it easier on Connie to take a good record. One is that I will do my best to wait to the end of your answer. And if you can do me the same courtesy by waiting to the end of my question, that'll help her so we're not talking over one another. Oftentimes in common parlance, it's, you kind of anticipate where somebody's going and you cut them off. And I would ask that we both try not to do that. Sound good?
Sure, sounds good.
Great. Okay. And then the answers need to be audible. And so if I see you nodding or shaking your head or doing or ahas, yes, I'll ask you to give me a yes or a no.
Okay.
Excellent. And if I sometimes ask a really bad question, and so if it's something that you can't understand, please let me know and I'll try to rephrase. Okay.
Sounds good.
Great. And if at any time you need a break, just let us know. The only caveat being that I'll have you answer the question that's on the table, if there is one, before taking the break. Sound good?
Good.
Excellent. All right. So why did you block Jim Leighty from the county's Facebook page?
Because he violated our policy, our Facebook policy.
And what was that policy at the time?
I'd have to refer to it.
So do you have documents in front of you?
Yes, I have all 14 exhibits that were produced during John VanGesen's deposition. So I have all those in front of me and also on my computer. So I would be actually reading from Exhibit 1, which states what those policies are.
Is it the terms of use /Facebook? Is that the document?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, great. I'm going to share my screen and I want to make sure that we have the same in front of us. Okay.
Yes.
Can you see that?
That looks like the same. Yes.
Okay. Great. So what about this policy or terms of use did Mr. Leighty violate that got him blocked?
Oh. Hold on one second. Let me look. I'm going to make sure that's the same one I have. Hold on. So there was actually, when you look at it, there are several containing personal attacks on myself and deputies and my staff. And I would say that's probably the main violation that he was perpetrating.
Okay, any others?
I would believe that's probably the primary one.
We'll go ahead. We'll be also looking at some of those Facebook posts that were or comments that were blocked, and then
Sure.
if you need to refer back to this exhibit, make sure that that's the one that was used, or as we go along, that certainly would be helpful. Okay.
Sure.
All right. So and you had mentioned the people that you viewed him as engaging in personal attacks on. That was you and who else?
Specifically would be those involved in the Craig Johnson incident. By name, Mike Guion, Sean Deem, I think just generally over several months, just attacking our office and credibility of the investigation.
Anybody else? Like anybody, like administrative staff? Did he attack anybody?
Not that I can recall.
So to your recollection, it's yourself and other and a guy and a Deem, are those deputies?
Yes, Guion and Deem are deputies, correct.
Okay. And then generally just the office and the credibility of the office. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing there. All right. All right, so let's give an example here. This will be our next exhibit. I'm gonna share my screen again. This is a Facebook post that you had.
And Joe, is this a number that's already been marked?
I'm not sure. I'm really sorry. So I'm happy to go back and reconcile that at the end, but
Looks like it's Exhibit 4.
okay. All right, so showing you what was previously marked as Exhibit 4. Do you recognize this?
I do not, other than looking at it as an exhibit. No, I don't recognize it.
Okay. Did you authorize it to be posted on the Bonner County Sheriff's Office Facebook page?
I don't know if I did or if the posting itself, I don't know if I did or if my undersheriff did. I don't have a recollection.
Okay. And who's the undersheriff?
Roar Lakewold.
Lakewold. Can you spell that,
Yeah.
please?
Lakewold.
Okay. All right. And so, but you do see here that it says your name right here. Do you see that highlight?
Yes.
Okay. And so someone had authority to post this over your name. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay.
It
So
would have been, yes.
go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And so and I'll ask you this if there's any others that you don't recognize, but you wouldn't say that this is something that went out without your permission or authority, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And then we see Mr. Leighty's comment down here. It's kind of grayed out. Do you see that?
It doesn't look grayed out, but I see it.
Okay. All right. See how this is more of a bold print up here? Then this is a little bit less.
Well, the copy I have, they look the same, but
Okay. Fair. I'll represent to you that this is a hidden comment. It says right over here, hidden by this page. Do you see that?
I do.
Okay. So why was this comment hidden?
I have no idea.
Okay. Who hid it?
I have no idea.
Was it hidden with your authority?
Um, I don't have any recollection of asking that to be hidden, no.
Okay. But are you saying it was done without your permission or authority?
No, not at all. It's just I have no knowledge of how this was hidden or if it was hidden.
Okay. Let's go back. The date here is November 15, 2022. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay. And it says published by Jackie Rogers. Who's Jackie Rogers?
Jackie Rogers is the accountant. She's
For
one
the-
of my staff members.
Okay. For the county or the sheriff's office, or how does that work?
Yes, the sheriff. She works for me directly.
And did Jackie Rogers have authority to post things to the Facebook page at this period of time?
Yes, she did.
Is this the kind of thing that she would have run by you before posting?
She would run by either myself or the undersheriff, yes.
Okay. Did Jackie Rogers have the authority to block or hide comments?
I don't know.
Okay.
I've never asked her to block anything.
Have you asked her to hide anything?
No, I haven't.
Who in the department have you asked to hide comments?
I've never asked anybody to hide comments.
Did you know that comments were being hidden?
And no, I didn't.
Okay. So, and have you done any investigation to find out who hid the comments that are the subject of this lawsuit?
On the surface, I found out from looking at these and a discussion with staff that when I asked somebody to block somebody on Facebook, which I did, that appears to be some kind of something that happens in the Facebook background, that when you block somebody, it hides their comment. That's something I found out in the last few days.
Okay. So, to your knowledge, did anybody have a comment hidden that wasn't somebody who was blocked?
I have no knowledge. I can't say yes or no. I don't know.
So it's your understanding that while you did ask people to block, I'm sorry, when you did ask people to be blocked, and
Yes,
that had the consequence of having their comments hidden. Is that your understanding?
it was explained to me that if you block somebody, that it appears that it's a mechanism of Facebook that when you block somebody, it automatically hides their comments.
Got
And
it.
that's what I just found out recently in the last couple of days.
Where did you come? Who told you that?
That was conversation, that was privileged conversation by my attorney.
Heather, I didn't hear an objection. Are you instructing him not to answer?
Well, I'm gonna instruct him not to answer anything further.
Okay. And who did you ask to have blocked, if that makes sense?
I asked John VanGesen to block JD Leighty.
Anyone else?
No,
Again, I'm not sure if this was a previous exhibit. Maybe you can help me with that. I'm going to share my screen again.
Let's see, I think that was, let's see, I'm not sure what number though.
See, that looks like exhibit 14.
14. Okay. So showing you what's been marked as exhibit 14. Do you recognize this?
Not from, the only way I recognize it is I looked at it last night when I opened up the package.
Okay. Do you know this to be a text conversation between yourself and, is it Sergeant VanGesen?
No, but right now he's a lieutenant, but I don't recall this conversation at all.
Okay. So you don't, okay. Who is John Paul Jackson?
I have no idea.
I'll represent to you that these are your texts. These are your words. This looks like the same guy with a different name. He has the same friends as the other. What does that refer to?
I really can't tell you. I don't recall this
Okay.
text message.
And then VanGesen responds, "Okay, I'll hide those two." Do you see that?
Sure.
Okay, so is that your understanding, is that he's hiding comments?
I guess. I don't know what he meant.
Did you direct VanGesen, I'm sorry, Lieutenant now VanGesen,
VanGesen, yes.
VanGesen, sorry, to hide people who you thought were JD Leighty acting as someone else or under a different profile?
I can't recall me ever asking to hide anybody like that, no.
And see that on your screen now?
I see it, yes.
Okay, so is this a text from you to VanGesen saying, "Hi, John, this guy is posting some strange stuff"?
I don't recognize that email text or the phone text.
Okay. Um, okay, so you have no recollection of directing VanGesen to remove a comment like this because it violates our rules, quote unquote.
No.
Okay.
I don't remember a conversation.
Is there anything that's inhibiting your ability to recall events?
Specifically events, how long past? Can you clarify your question?
Anything? Sure. Do you have any medical conditions that affect your memory?
No,
Are you taking any medication today without telling me what they are? Are you taking any medication today that affect your ability to recall events?
no,
Are you taking anything that would inhibit your ability to tell the full truth today?
no.
What did you do to prepare for your deposition?
Just reviewed the exhibits and read the complaint.
And without revealing any content of conversation, did you speak with your lawyer?
Of course.
Okay, for how long?
Maybe 10 minutes last night and 5 minutes this morning.
Did you speak with anyone else in preparation for your deposition?
No, I did not.
And by the documents, you mean the documents that were previously identified as exhibits or
The
potential?
14 exhibits, correct.
Why did you unblock Mr. Leighty?
It was done at the request of my attorney.
Is that all?
Yes,
Okay. Are you aware that the county is under a court order not to block Mr. Leighty?
um, I'm not aware. It could be.
I'm gonna, hold on, I'm gonna object to that because I think that misstates, but you can answer to the best of your ability.
Go ahead.
So can I answer that, counsel? Okay, so I'm not aware that there's an order for me not to block him. But I know that we unblocked him after my attorney requested me to do so, and he still is unblocked.
I'm going to share the next exhibit. I don't know if this was used before or not. You see the exhibit in front of you?
Okay, yes,
It's called stipulation and order entering preliminary injunction. Do you see that?
yes,
Have you seen this document before?
I believe so.
And I can scroll through it if you want me to.
Sure.
Let me know when you're ready.
Yep, I'm ready. Hold on. Okay, keep scrolling up, please.
Stop there.
Yep, good. Okay, keep going up, please. That's good. Okay, I've read it.
Okay. And who is David C. Nye?
He's the district court judge.
Okay. Federal district court, correct?
Yes,
And you see this last page is all under the heading order, correct?
correct.
Okay. And so before today, have you read this document?
I have read it, yes.
And it says here, the court finds that requirements for entry of a preliminary injunction have been met and hereby orders that for the duration of the litigation or until a further order from the court, the first thing it says is defendants are enjoined from blocking plaintiff from the official Bonner County Sheriff's official Facebook page. Do you see that?
Correct.
Okay. What is your understanding of what that means?
My understanding is that he can post little happy signs, or I don't know what it is. He can either like or dislike an article.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Does this language that I just read to you say anything about liking or disliking an article?
No. Well, I don't know because I don't understand the rules of Facebook. I know that comments are blocked from our Facebook, so that because he's unblocked, the only procedure that he can participate in our Facebook page is to either like or dislike an article that's on there. There's no opportunity for him to make comments because no one can make comments.
Understood. What does this mean that I've highlighted here? Defendants are enjoined from blocking plaintiff.
It means we can't block the plaintiff from access to Facebook.
Okay. The access to the official Facebook page of the sheriff's office, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And so do you understand this to be an order where the federal district court judge enjoined the defendants, including you and the county, from blocking the plaintiff?
Oh, I understand.
You also understand that you're enjoined from hiding, deleting, or otherwise removing plaintiff's comments from public view.
Correct, I understand that.
And do you understand that defendants are enjoined from enabling the commenting feature on the Facebook page?
Are enjoined from enabling? Yes,
Okay, because it's been disabled, correct?
it's been disabled, correct.
Why was the commenting feature disabled?
I'm gonna
Because-
object to the form that calls for attorney-client privilege. She's not gonna answer that.
Okay, so you've already said that you unblocked plaintiff because you were told to do so by your lawyer, right?
Correct.
Okay, and you won't tell me, are you going to follow the instruction of your lawyer? You won't tell me why you turned the commenting section off. Is that correct?
My attorney advises me not to answer. That's correct. I will not.
Heather, I think that's a defensive counsel or a vice of counsel defense. So it's going to open up attorney-client privilege completely. I'm not sure if you want to go there.
Well, why don't you try and ask him something that doesn't delve into that, or ask him if he arrived at that conclusion on his own, because I don't think that gets into advice of counsel that would be waived here. So in other words, you're talking about the strategy that went into agreeing to an order. I don't know how you're going to get around that as being waived, or advice of counsel defense.
He already said he unblocked my client because of advice of counsel. That puts it straight at issue. So I'll try a different way. I just think it's going to lead to motions practice, and that's okay.
Well, okay.
I need to know why the county unblocked my client, and why the county turned off the comment section. Why did the county turn off the comment section? That's my question.
Well, because there's an order. You already know that there's an order. So understanding
That could be his
sheriff.
response. That could be his response. Okay. You don't need to give it to him. Why did the county turn off the comments?
The county did not turn off the comments. This Facebook page belongs to the sheriff's office. I have an autonomy from the county. So I made the decision that we were going to not allow any more comments, and we're going to close the comments down.
So why? Okay, so maybe you answered my question there, but I want to get it clean with a question and an answer. Why did the Bonner County Sheriff's Office turn off the comments?
Because I ordered it.
And why did you order it?
Because I wanted no more comments on the Facebook.
Why not?
Because it was my personal choice. I'm the
Okay.
boss, I'm the elected sheriff, and I no longer wanted comments.
Okay, and why didn't you want comments any longer?
Because I didn't.
What were the
I had
reasons
just been-
for you
I
not
just
wanting
been served
comments?
with an order, and so I was not going to allow any comments at all on our Facebook. And that is a function of Facebook. You can either allow or disallow comments. And
Understood.
so I disallowed all comments
And again, why?
because it was my choice.
And but what went into your choice to make that decision?
I'm not really sure. I can't recall my thoughts and conversations and why I made the decision. It was easier just to not have to deal with any comments anymore. And so I just shut them off.
Okay.
There are practices throughout the whole United States and the world that don't have comments. And so I decided we were not going to offer comments on our Facebook page.
Okay. Did you turn off comments because Jim Leighty was violating the terms of use?
I can't say if I did or if that was the reason or not. But I just made the decision, we're not going to have any more comments because it was not worth the hassle.
Okay. If Jim Leighty hadn't commented ever, say he didn't exist, would you have turned off the comments?
Check to the forum, calls for speculation. You can answer if you can.
I don't know if I would have or not.
Let's stop that share now. So did Jim Leighty's comments factor into your decision to turn the comments off for the Facebook page?
I would say that it had somewhat influence on it.
Okay. When we heard from Lieutenant VanGesen, he said Jim Leighty ruined it for everyone. Do you agree?
Oh, he was part of it. He was just one of several that spread lies and made terrible comments against
Okay.
officers and the office and the service that we provide.
Okay. Who else did that?
I don't have a recollection of who they are specifically, but there's a group of several people around the country that make terrible comments.
Okay. Does your office keep track of who those people are?
I'm not familiar with it. I don't know. I can't answer that question.
Is there any list of that you know of or any document that might help us understand whether or not you track that?
I don't know. I'm not aware if there's a list or a document.
Okay. Is there someone else in your department that we should talk to find out about that? I mean, who would be the most knowledgeable about whether or not it's tracked?
Lieutenant John VanGesen would be the most knowledgeable.
And yet, Jim Leighty's the only one that was actually blocked, right?
Jim Leighty was I don't know if there was others blocked.
Okay,
I
but to
don't
your
have a list of who people were blocked.
okay, but I understood your testimony to be before that he's the only one that you ordered to be blocked, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the only
And-
one I specifically called Lieutenant VanGesen and detective at that time to block him, correct?
And so if other people were blocked, understanding that you don't know if they were or not, that would have been done by somebody else without your knowledge, but with your authority. Is that fair?
Well, it would have been done with either Under Sheriff Lakewold's knowledge or authority or mine.
And is it possible that something was done without your knowledge, but with your authority?
I guess it's possible, sure.
I mean, there's some delegated responsibilities in general that you give to other people, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and sometimes they may take actions that you don't know about, but it's certainly done with your authority. Fair?
It could, yes.
Have you overall have you had an impression of what the public's reaction is to turning off the comments?
I don't overall have a reaction because you can't make comments, so nobody can contact us through the Facebook comments to let us know if they like it or not.
Okay. Has Facebook Messenger been turned off? In other words, can the sheriff's office either send or receive messages through the Facebook page?
I have no idea. I've never used Facebook Messenger.
Does the department receive messages by email?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so if someone wanted to tell you that they either agreed or disagreed with the comment policy, now they could email you, right?
Yes, they could.
Okay, to your knowledge, has there been anything like that, a general reaction where people are letting you know that, hey, it's a good thing the comments are off or it's not a good thing?
I don't have a recollection of any email sent either way, pro or against.
Okay, and how about verbal comments? Has anybody talked to you about that?
No.
Any reaction within the department, like your deputies or anyone else in your office think it's a good thing or not a good thing to turn off the comments?
No one specifically talked to me about it, no.
Did you know that Lieutenant VanGesen disagreed with your basic idea of hiding comments and blocking people?
Well, he voiced his disagreement. Yes, I'm aware.
Okay. When did he first voice that disagreement?
When I decided to turn the comments off. I don't recall the specific date.
So, and it was only at that moment that he told you that he disagreed with the blocking and hiding?
My recollection is that's the only time, because that's the only time we had a conversation. Because it had not been blocked prior to that.
Okay. So, but I thought you were talking about the moment in which the comments were turned off. Is that when you had this conversation with VanGesen?
Yes.
Okay. So, for example,
During that time period, yes.
and so my question then too is then, so did you have a conversation with VanGesen about the wisdom around hiding or blocking at the time that you ordered Leighty blocked?
Check to the form.
Yeah, I don't remember specifically what our conversation was. I know that he wanted to keep the comments going and I didn't. And since I'm the boss and I make that ultimate decision, he said, yes, sir, and turned the comments off.
That's regarding the comments, whether or not they're on or off. Are you aware that whether or not VanGesen disagreed with blocking people?
I don't know. I don't remember a conversation on that.
Can you tell me generally what the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution is?
It's a
Check to the
guarantee.
form.
You can go ahead.
Pardon me, counsel?
I said object to the form.
Unless she tells you that you can't answer as an instruction, you can go ahead and after that.
Sure. Guarantees the freedom of speech
Anything else?
and association.
Anything else
Oh, yeah.
that you can recall at this point?
Not that I can recall right now.
Okay. So the most important part of the First Amendment that we're talking about is freedom of speech, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Does that include the right to criticize one's government?
Check to the form.
I would say yes.
Are you part of the government?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So do people have the right to criticize you?
Yes.
So, but as I understand it, it was the fact that Jim Leighty was criticizing you that got him in trouble with the terms of use, correct?
Check to the form.
Was the violation was personal attacks, not criticizing me. That was the violation that he committed.
What's the difference between a personal attack and a criticism?
There can be.
I'm asking for your description of what the difference is.
Well, some criticisms are based on perceptions and facts, and then personal attacks are based on your ability to attack someone, which is a violation of our policy for Facebook.
I'm going to put back up one of the previous exhibits. This is the one with 10,000 followers. You see that?
Yes.
Okay, and we see Mr. Leighty's comment down here, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Does that comment contain a personal attack?
Object to the form.
I can't answer that question because I don't even know what that means.
What do you mean?
people follow this page to keep an eye on you and your gang. The true colors are starting to be seen by the public. Your reign seems to be coming to an end, and the next election will see you out the door. This is your undoing. So what's the question?
The question is, does this comment contain a personal attack?
I would say no.
Check to the form.
Does this comment violate the terms of use of the Sheriff's County Facebook page? Sheriff's Office Facebook page, sorry.
I would say no.
So do you know why it was hidden by this page as we see here?
I have no idea.
Okay. Should it have been hidden?
Check to the form.
I would say that based on our policy, it shouldn't have been hidden.
Okay, next one, and again, I'm sorry that I don't know whether or not this was used before. Are you able to tell, Connie, so that I can give it a new number if it needs one?
Yeah, I mean, we've only used one new one, which was the stipulation and order entering preliminary injunction.
So this is called Bonif County Sheriff's Office Post, and it begins effective immediately on February 17, 2022.
Let me see if I have this.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate the logistical help.
I think that is one.
You think that's one?
I think that is one to John's February. I don't have a paper copy.
Ms. Rothman can help me at the end, I'm sure, figure this out, you know, what she used and what she didn't. And Connie, we can be in touch about, you know, making sure we get the correct numbers in there. In any event, this is the next exhibit I want you to show you. Do you recognize this post?
I know it's on ours. I don't recall it specifically, but
Okay. Do you remember authorizing a post about the updated terms of use?
yes, I do.
Okay. And what do you recall about conversations around the updating of the terms of use?
I remember updating the policy that was reviewed by legal and posting it.
What brought about the need to update the terms of use?
I believe it was the complaint from your client.
Okay, now this is February 17, 2022. So the injunction was entered in April of this year, I believe. So yeah, the order here is April 12, 2023.
Yes,
Okay. And this post is from over a year prior.
okay.
So are the terms of use being modified in 2022 related to my client's complaints?
Check to the form.
I don't recall the conversations, and if it was specifically or not, or if it was just what was happening at the time. It was also during COVID. I was getting death threats to me because of the stance I made, and people were saying some things that were not very kind. And so that could have been part of the motivation to update our language also.
Who made death threats?
Oh, people wanted me to die from COVID.
Who?
Who?
Yeah.
Oh, I got postcards and people, and I had people all over the country sending me postcards and emails and posts on my Facebook.
You know a name of anyone who made a death threat against you?
No, I don't.
And is it a death threat to say that someone hopes that you would die of COVID?
Well, when I say death threats, threat, I would, let me they would send notices that they wish that myself and my whole family would die of COVID because of the stance I took. That no one actually threatened me to kill me. It's just that they wanted me to die.
Understood. That's a good clarification, because if someone actually threatened you with death that said they were going to kill you, you did investigate that, wouldn't you?
Correct. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. Okay. And what was the stance that you took on COVID that people disagreed with?
Well, I disagreed with the governor's action on closing down the state, stopping people from gathering, preventing them from attending church and meetings, preventing them from working and making a living.
All right. So back to this exhibit is still this thing about the terms of use update on your screen, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So if we scroll down, this one right here, Taggart Giles. Generally speaking, that's critical, right? Of you?
Sure.
Okay. Does it contain a personal attack?
No.
Okay. And this will be the next one. Okay. I am showing you now a post from your office that was published on April 21, 2022 about the forensic files.
Yep, that's exhibit 5.
Okay, great. Thank you for that help. Do you remember this post?
I do.
Okay. What was it about?
Generally, it was about forensic files showed up at our office to do a program on a particular case, and our staff posted this with some pictures, kind of as a teaser that this episode's coming out.
Those forensic files, I'm not aware. Is that a TV show?
It's a TV show, correct?
All right. And then if we go down here, do you see now the difference between this text being more black and these texts being more gray?
On this one, I do, yes.
Okay. All right. What does that mean to you?
It doesn't mean anything. It just means that they're dark and the other one's gray.
Okay. So we see up here, it says hidden by this page with a little gray box. Do you see that?
Okay,
All right. So does that suggest to you that these are hidden comments?
so is that indicate?
Object to the form. Go ahead, Chair.
Thank you, counsel. That doesn't mean anything to me.
Okay. All right. I want you to assume that the grayed ones have been hidden. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Object to the form.
Do you know what this one is from Jody Fletcher saying Sage Dixon exposed? Do you know what that is?
No, I don't.
Okay. Do you know why it would have been hidden?
I have no idea.
Okay. Here we have a comment from Mr. Leighty on August 18, 2022. It says it tags the sheriff's office and it says, you realize that's a constitutional violation, and then it goes on, right? Does this comment, and I'll highlight it for us, does this comment ending with, and people think you're a constitutional sheriff, does that contain a personal attack?
I would say no.
Okay. Under your policy, should that have been hidden?
Object to the
Our
form.
policy, I don't believe it should have been.
All right, and this one up here by Flanagan Teresa, do you see that?
Uh-huh.
Does that contain a personal attack?
No.
Does it otherwise violate the terms of use that were in place at the time?
Object to the form.
I believe not.
And then there's another one from Mr. Leighty down here that says, by the way, where are your terms of use posted? Does that contain a personal attack?
No.
Does it otherwise violate any of the terms of use?
No.
Okay. Next one. I have just put up on the next exhibit is from May 9th, 2022. It begins National Police Week, begins on May 12th. Do you see, or I'm sorry, May 11th. Do you see that?
Yes, and that is Exhibit 6.
Thank you. Very helpful. So do you recognize this post other than having reviewed it for the deposition?
I recognize it, yes.
Is this something that you authorized?
Most likely I or the undersheriff did, yes.
Who, if you know, who would have written the actual text of this post?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you think you did it?
I may have.
Right. And then, so that overall, this is a post about National Police Week and the annual National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial. Is that fair?
Correct.
Okay. And then if we scroll down, we have some comments. And then, again, we have the word hide here. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay. And it's above the comment by Mr. Leighty, right?
Okay.
Okay. The one that I've highlighted that says Alicia Abbott, be careful, BCSO will hide your comment. You know how Wheeler thinks of himself as being above the United States Constitution. But then maybe we could do a class action lawsuit against them. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay. Does that contain a personal attack?
No.
Okay. Does it otherwise violate the terms of use?
I would say no.
Okay. Should it have been hidden?
Object to the form.
No.
Okay.
I believe so.
All right. Next one here, another Leighty comment. Okay. It says, this seems interesting. Did you know that 419 of those deaths were from 15, 22 were from heart attack, 2 were from inadvertent gunfire, cops shooting cops? Does that comment contain a personal attack?
No.
Does it otherwise violate the terms of use?
I believe not. No.
And so should it have been hidden?
Object to the form.
I do not believe so, but I don't know when it was hidden either.
Okay. And do you know what this is, what the odmp.org is?
No, I don't.
All right, next one. All right, up on your screen now is, do you see May 9th, 2022 updated their cover photo, and it's a picture of 2 sheriff's vehicles facing one another.
I see it. I'm seeing if we have that. Okay, that looks like a new one.
And do you recognize this photo?
Yes,
Okay, is it still the cover photo for the sheriff's Facebook page?
I don't believe so, but I haven't looked at it on the Facebook page for several days, so I don't know.
And if we scroll down, we see this person named Melinda Muir asking whether or not there's an Explorer program, right?
Okay.
Okay, and then you responded to her, and would that necessarily have been you that wrote these?
No, that wouldn't have been, I have never responded to any Facebook comments. That would be the author, whoever the author was, so it would have been either Jackie or John.
Okay. Did anyone else have the ability to comment on behalf of the sheriff's office like Jackie or John?
No,
Was the undersheriff ever responsible for typing comments or responding to comments?
I believe not, no.
And do you know whether regardless of whether or not he was responsible for that, do you know whether or not he did it?
I don't know.
And to your knowledge, no one else other than Jackie or John made comments or responded to comments on the Facebook page. Is that right?
So to my knowledge, the only people that had access to that, Jason Davis, who's a deputy, he at one time had access to posting things on the website.
On the
and he
website or the
made-
Facebook page?
I'm sorry, the Facebook page, Facebook and website. So he actually did both.
Anyone else?
I don't believe there's anyone else.
And you know what period of time Jason Davis had that ability?
No, I don't.
So if you look below the county sheriff's office response about the Explorer program, and then we see another comment by Mr. Leighty, correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so take a moment to review that comment.
Okay.
Right. Does this comment contain a personal attack?
Yes, it does.
What's that?
Attack on the emergency response team and the deputies.
Okay. Tell me which, go ahead and read the sentences, the sentence or sentences.
Greg Johnson was a member of Priest Lake. Your deputies killed him. That's a personal attack. I caution anyone interested in joining. You never know when Bonner County ERT and an armored vehicle will put up your property, and 9 officers who took their body cams for a reason and creating the incidents that is suspicious. So he's saying that our deputies killed.
So everything after the word your deputies is a personal attack?
The next one is you'll never know when Bonner County ERT with an arm will pull up to your property.
Is that a personal attack?
Create an incident that is suspicious. That's a personal attack
Okay, why?
because he's intimating that we actually show up with 9 officers in an armored vehicle and create an incident that is suspicious.
And I'm sorry to be obtuse, but what makes that a personal attack?
Primarily, it compounds on his continued attack on the sheriff's office and their deputies and staff from years past.
Okay, so it's a personal attack because it relates to a history of personal attacks. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. Is it a personal attack to say that a deputy killed someone?
Personal, it's a personal attack based on, his past attacks that were unfounded, yes.
Is there a distinction in your mind between saying things about somebody in their personal capacity or personal life versus their official capacity and official duties?
Could you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, sure. And where I'm going with this is the terms of use talk about a personal attack, right?
Right.
Okay, so does a personal attack under the terms of use include an attack or criticism about someone's job duties or official work?
You'd have to be specific on what it is, because that's just too general.
Okay, well, do you agree with me that this comment that's up on the screen right now is talking about the deputies and the sheriff's office doing their jobs?
Okay,
Do you agree?
yes,
Okay, and so as opposed to, there's no attack on one's person, like saying, you slept with your neighbor's wife, for example.
right, okay.
Okay, so that's where I'm trying to balance. So is there a difference in your mind under the terms of use between attacking or criticizing someone in their official duties versus attacking someone in their personal life?
Well, in the case if somebody's attacking someone else on our Facebook, that's going to be a violation of our if they're making personal attacks on other people, yes. I mean, we don't let people get up there and make personal attacks and that are unfounded. I mean, if you have evidence of it, that's one thing, but if all the evidence in my case with the one case of Priest Lake pointed one way, and he's attacking our officers of doing something that was illegal. So you have to, I guess I just have to look at the totality of the circumstances and how there was just a pattern of him attacking us every day on Facebook.
So does it matter to you whether he's attacking or criticizing the work that deputies are doing versus something in their personal life?
Oh, I get your question. So it does make a difference.
Okay, tell me how.
I don't know what knowledge, I don't have any knowledge of my employees in their personal life, but I do have knowledge of how our officers and deputies are conducting themselves in their professional. So that's the difference.
Okay. To your knowledge, now that we kind of have those two buckets defined, to your knowledge, did Mr. Leighty engage in any attacks of a personal nature on deputies or yourself in your personal lives?
I'm not aware of any. I don't know, just on our Facebook, yes.
So the main thing that we're talking about here, or maybe the only thing that we're talking about here, is Mr. Leighty criticizing or attacking people for the way that they're doing their jobs. Is that right?
Object to the form.
Well, not attacking their jobs. He's making assumptions that were absent of any facts. And he makes claims against my deputies for certain involvements that they weren't involved, and assuming things that were just a total fabrication and attack on our office.
And who gets to decide whether or not what he says has a factual basis or has evidence behind it?
Object to the form.
Well, I would say that the administrator and those who supervise the administrator of the Facebook page.
And who is the administrator of the Facebook page?
John VanGesen,
Okay, and who supervises John VanGesen?
myself and the undersheriff for Lakewold.
So that group of people gets to decide whether something is based in fact or supported by evidence in a comment section on a Facebook page.
Correct.
Same objection.
Okay. Next one. I'm showing now one that is from May 11th, 2022 about National Police Week, and it has an image of a headstone. You see that?
Yes,
Okay. I don't know if this is a new exhibit or not, but we'll
it
figure
is.
that out.
It is
Okay.
a new exhibit.
Great, thank you. Appreciate that. All right, and again, this is along the same lines of what you posted before, honoring fallen officers and so forth, right?
Mhm. Yes,
So you guys, thanks. Okay, and down below we have a comment by Mr. Leighty that says, Jeff Howard, wasn't he the one that crashed his personal motorcycle while not wearing a helmet? Do you see that?
okay, yes.
Okay. And does that contain a personal attack?
That's a personal criticism. I don't know. I'm assuming he's talking about Mike Victorino.
So is this comment a personal attack or not?
No,
Okay. Does it otherwise violate the terms of use of the Facebook page?
no.
Okay. And in general, I think we've come to an understanding. When I say the Facebook page, I mean the sheriff's office Facebook page, right?
Right.
Okay.
Hey, Council, when we get to a good spot, can we take a quick break?
Sure. I don't mind stopping now. That's great.
If that works for you, that'd be great. I just need about 5 minutes.
Yep. Let's do more like 10 just because I find that 5 comes around really quick. So we'll come back at 12:50.
Perfect. Thank you.
Good. All right. See you all soon.
All right. The time is 12:40 p.m. We're off the record.